When the student becomes the master is something that I keep in the back of my head. I'm not there yet. I know I'm not. But I am taking the steps necessary to get to that point. And I've referred to it a couple of times, but it's like I know that there's masters out here. The people, like if you believe Jesus was a person or if you believe he was an archetype, there's a bunch of Jesuses out here scattered around the world. I know there are, and I want to find them. I might be walking past them every day. There might be some dude that's 6,000 years old, but he just looks normal. He looks like a 20-year-old. He looks like a 60-year-old. He can just change his age. She can do whatever and whatever. And I bet, yo, teach me. You know what I'm saying? But even when I meet these people, I'm going to try my best to do something different with the information they gave me. Sure, you are a master in this way, but I'm going to do it in my way. You see what I'm saying? If I were in a dojo, like if I was in a kung fu dojo, I would really challenge my master every single year. He would get sick of me or he would like welcome it. And I don't care if I'm about to get smacked up every year. Every year I'm going to do it until the point that I can defeat him. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm a big proponent of compete with yourself, not others. But then also as a student master relationship, that means that person is always going to be above you in some shape, form, or capacity. And it's like you might be my teacher for now, but I don't like the word master even in that type of domain. It's like you're my teacher, you're not my master. I'm my own master, and I already talked about that type of stuff in my previous video. But it's like you are my teacher for now, but comes a point where yes, you can teach me all you can teach me, and I have to move forward. So let me move myself forward by challenging you. You help me with something, I bring it into my mind, I mix up the moves, I do whatever to try to like trip you up, and then we'll see if eventually I get to the point where I defeat you. And then it's no disrespect to say thank you for everything you taught me, but I'm gonna go on. I'll always see you as someone that was very influential in my life, but it's time for me to progress. And there shouldn't be no hard feelings, because I think about it like this, right? People's intention is very strong. Whether if it was ever going to rear his head or not is a different story. But I've only seen this one in movies, so take that with a grain of salt. But like when people like it'd be like the rich person meets the poor person. Like let's just say the billionaire woman, she's like, oh, she's stuck one day and then like, oh, I'm starving. Let me run into a McDonald's. The billionaire runs into McDonald's to get some fries or something just to like curb her hunger. But she falls in love with the cashier at McDonald's. Blah blah. They fall in love. Boom boom. She builds him up and now he's rich now. So then he gets rich. Blah blah blah. But then he starts to live his own life and he's saying, hey, yo, thank you for everything you've done for me. But like, I don't feel the connection with us anymore. And then one person is going to be like, oh, I got you here. You're the reason you're here. You may be the reason I'm here. But at the same time, just because of that, I'm not going to be in your debt for my entire life. Like, this is just where it is. And now that I've learned what I've learned, it's time for me to move forward. And I don't see you being a part of that, of me moving forward. Thank you, but blah, blah, blah. You see, it's all about that intent. Because if they weren't going to say it, they were always going to feel like they got you here, so you feel indebted to them. If they're your teacher, they taught you everything, and now you want to step away from it. I taught you everything you know. Okay, thank you, but I'm still my own person, and I have my own ideas. I need to go express them my way. And I'm at the point now, like, with like, for example, for my channel, my biggest teachers were Neville Goddard, Walter Lanyon, Layla Africa, and Dick Gregory. You know what I'm saying? These people are all very influential. But with each person, there's something that like just like a piece of their core that is something that I'm just like I disagree with. You're very much a master at what you know. You are very much influential in what you know. But even as knowledgeable and wise as you are, I wholeheartedly disagree with some of the stuff that you say. Like, and even Neville Goddard himself said, "Imagine better than the best you know." That's why I take this stuff so seriously. It's like imagine better than, well, Neville seemed like to be the best that I knew, so I'm gonna do it better than the person that got me into the law of attraction manifestation. I'm gonna do it better than him. You know what I'm saying? If I feel in my heart that I need to do that. Like Layla Africa, it's like he was like very much the one that got me to like eat the way I do. Eat like a vegan. That's something I got from Erica Badu. She says I eat like a vegan. I'm not a vegan. Don't put me in that box. I eat like one. And I might have to adopt that. I really like that. But he like opened my eyes to so much food things, but I don't feel the need to go explore and do all that research. It's like, I trust what he said. You know what I'm saying? You are a master. I trust what you said. I will keep you in that place of reverence in my mind, and you were just like my source of wisdom in that regard. But hey, you never know. I'm only 26. That can change. I might get bored in my 50s and start doing research. Who knows, right? But then, like with but speaking of the diet, Neville Goddard, he did say like something like, it doesn't matter what you eat in this world. And that's the one thing where I'm just like, I don't know, Neville. Like, I trust everything you said, but it doesn't matter. I think there's something that, that correlates to what you eat. But that's just my opinion. He lived a different life. But that's where I would have to go venture and go explore that as much as I could. But then, like with Dick Gregory, super wise, he had the inside scoop on everything, right? But one of the biggest things that I disagree with him was like someone asked him like, hey, so what can we do to fix this stuff? What can we do to get the power back? He's like, there's nothing you can do. It's over. And that one I wholeheartedly disagree with. On so many levels I disagree with. It's over. I'm like, if it were over, why do I feel this fire in my soul to go wake people up? Why are there other people with the same passion? That if it were over, then why do we have this feeling? Why are there people out there fighting right now? Why are there people fighting an invisible war right now? It's like in like the spiritual warfare sense of things. You see, if that were the case, if the universal God that you believe in says it's over, they won. Well, you do realize there was World War II, right? So the First World War ended, and then there was another one. I think we're in an accumulation period, kind of like a stock, where it seems like stuff is going crazy at the top. Oh, it's rising. But then there's an accumulation period where it's called a bearish market, where you're just sitting there and you're just like, this is where you accumulate your stocks. This is where you accumulate your currencies, your commodities, and you just accumulate. And then when the next bull run happens, boom. You see what I'm saying? So I think that's where we're at. So even when he says, the war is over, we lost, it's like, maybe we did, but there's going to be another one. You see what I'm saying? And that's a fire that I have in me. And if I were to stay in a sense of teacher, student, master student type of relationship, he always will have that authority in my mind, and I can't have that. What I'm saying? I have my own thoughts and I need to go explore them. Even if the change that Dick Gregory, like that I fight Dick Gregory on, if he were to say, hey, or if I were to say, hey, no, we could change this, we might not see it in our lifetimes. I might not see it in my lifetimes. This might be someone 500 years from now that still sees my video and be like, that guy knew what he was talking about 500 years ago. The revolution begins. You see what I'm saying? Who knows? But either way, man, like, you have to understand that there's a point where you have to question your masters. You have to question your teachers. You understand? Even like in the schools, sometimes you'll question your teachers and you see how little they actually know about their subject. They are trained to teach 5th grade math. They are trained to teach 6th grade algebra. But if you ask them anything past that, they don't know. History teachers are just here to like promote the same crap they've been spewing to us forever and ever. It's like, so, but what about the relationships with it? I have no idea. Then why are you teaching it? You see what I'm saying? We have people that are trained to give you information, not people that have gone through and done all the research and know this type of stuff. Like, we need college professor level people teaching elementary school. That's my opinion. How well do you know this? How much can you, engage the minds of people instead of just, here, this is what I was told to teach you. This is what I'm going to give you. No, there's a point where the kids, the people, the souls, the spirits walking around this world are going to feel that they need to start asking questions. They don't like, being the elites or the people in charge, don't like it when you ask questions. They really don't, because that gets you, number one, it shows that you're starting to think away from the way that they want you to think. And then they're starting to, you might expose their inadequacies and be like, wait a minute, you don't know this? So how are you teaching it? And that like just messes up the whole foundation of things. So always go within, always ask yourself, is this person still teaching me? Do I still have a lot to learn from this person? Or can I learn independently from them? Or do I need to give them all of my time? It's all about your journey. Where are you? But you just need to ask yourself the questions and you're going to get the answer. Is it time for me to fly the coop? Is it time for us to upgrade to being partners? Or is it like, hey, I think I've exceeded you and I'm going to show you this. Or you exceed this and, any mixture of things. But all in all, know yourself, know thyself. That's pretty much it. To the next one.